Perry Mac here from 4-Wheel Drive, and today we're going to install the MORryde Trail Kitchen using their brand new bolt-in kit. Previously, you used to have to, and you can still do it this way, drill holes into the bottom of your Jeep bed and then use riv-nuts to bolt the trail kitchen in. But actually, MORryde's just come out with a brand new bolt-in kit. The basic installation of the MORryde Trail Kitchen is about a 10-step process. So the first thing we're going to do is, using a T45 socket, we're going to remove the factory D-rings closest to the back seat, and then the next rearmost D-ring on the driver's side of the Jeep. Step 2, we're going to install a 3/4 inch spacer over top of each of the factory riv-nuts. Trying to avoid all the dog hair and dirt from trail rides. Step 3, we're going to line up the holes of the bolt-in bracket with the factory riv-nuts and spacers. Step 4, we're going to fasten the bolt-in brackets into these riv-nuts. Step 5, place the plastic covers in the clearance holes in the bolt-in bracket to cover up the hardware. Step 6, we're going to install the leveling foot into the passenger side mounting rail of the trail kitchen, placing the supplied 1/2 inch long spacer between the kitchen and the foot. Then secure the foot using the supplied center lock nut. Step 7, align the mounting holes in the trail kitchen with the desired mounting holes in the bolt-in bracket. So you got a couple options for the holes that are in the bolt-in bracket. There's actually 2 sets. You can either move your fridge back this way, closer to your back seat, or you can move it forward. Now the idea is, if you move it forward, you get more room behind your back seat. However, because you've moved it forward, if you have something like we have, which is that tray mounted into the tailgate, you might not have enough room for that. The other neat little thing is, if you use the set of back holes to put your tray in, now this mid hole that we're supposed to use, I think it's in step 9, to mount that in, it doesn't line up anymore. So there actually should have been a second hole in this side rail. So we've measured 2 inches up from the hole that would have been used if we'd actually put it in the full forward position for the trail kitchen, and drilled that through so we can find the OEM riv nut. Step 8, fasten the trail kitchen to the bolt-in bracket. So we're all set for step 8, getting excited putting this in. But unfortunately, then this one got welded up. They're just a little bit offset. And so when we get trying to put the bolt through from the other side, it won't. So we're gonna have to drill this out. Step 9, fasten the trail kitchen to the floor onto the Jeep by installing the supplied bolts and the lock washer through the 3rd spacer in the riv nut. So here you can see our jury-rigged adjuster. We threw an extra nut on the bottom, left out the 1/2 inch spacer. So we've got the trail kitchen installed. We got everything leveled up real nice. And there's an accessory that we picked up as well, and it's called a MORryde grill. There's no really installation instructions needed for this because it's 4 screws that are going to bolt in. But the idea behind the MORryde grill is it will keep that fridge from swaying around back and forth when you're on the trail, off camber. And you can also attach different packs and stuff to it. So it's actually not just keeps your fridge in place, your freezer, your cooler in place, but it'll actually add some storage space so you can keep things organized in the back. Our next accessory is the fold-out counter. And so first thing is, grab your channel guides. You can see there's a hole in one side. Make sure they're lined up to the horizontal and fire them into the bracket that's inside the kitchen. Then you're going to find yourself a couple of nylock nut rollers and get those inserted into both sides. Next step is to grab your counter support and get that mounted into the holes that are inside of those channel guides. So now that everything's screwed together, there is one thing that you should note, and that is that the nuts have to be on the outside in order for this to work. So your hinge, like a piano hinge, is going to be on the inside. Nuts face out to the outside when you tighten it up, and that will allow your counter space to open and close flat. It actually fits inside the back seat of the Jeep, so you can actually put people in the back, install your MORryde kitchen, so you've got that set up, and still have room off to the side for other overland type gear. You can also get this handy fold-out kitchen counter and this fold-out kitchen counter. So with a couple of washrooms, you've got a ton of counter space here. Definitely enough to prep some food, and for me even, place to put my camp stove. Now, unfortunately, my camp stove is about 1/2 inch too long to get inside the folding drawer. That would have been slick. So instead, I'm going to use this for utensils and all that sort of stuff that you might need. At the end of the day, it's just as easy to get going. That's it for the MORryde Trail Kitchen. We'll have a few links down below and a little bit of extra information for you. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And definitely, put some comments and questions down below. Do you think this is going to work for you? Do you like the amount of space that it saves you? Can you see the advantages of a trail kitchen that you can pop out for tailgating, trail riding, and being on the overland trails?